Stop scrolling. Here's how to turn your marriage issues into intimacy. Most people can't resolve conflict because they aren't able to communicate in a calm, loving, connective way. And so they can never get to the other side of the hard conversations because they can't have the conversation in the first place. So here are the steps that you can take to get to the other side of the conversation and feel more connected with one another instead of disconnected. That's what creates the intimacy. Number 1, reframe the issues as opportunities to heal and grow together so that when they come up, you're actually looking forward to the conflict resolution. Number 2, when the issue arises and you notice that there's some wompy energy between the two of you and you can feel that familiar energy of conflict, start focusing in on your breath immediately. Do some breath work. Studies have proven time and time again that if we can stay calm and we can lower our heart rate, we can actually activate part of the brain that is relational and connective. That part of the brain is called the prefrontal cortex, and it's a muscle that you have to get used to flexing through repetition and practice. And we activate it and stay there by focusing on our breath. Number 3, if you can remain calm, and this is a really important piece of this communication equation to get, that both parties are calm, willing, and open, then you can have a talk. Number 4, so if you have the green light to have a calm and loving conversation, you can talk openly and honestly with one another. You can share each other's realities, share the meanings that you're making of things, and share your feelings that are coming up with one another. This is where the art form comes in, like Terry Real calls it, relational jujitsu. This is where you're coming from the energy of sharing your truth, standing up for yourself, loving yourself, not allowing yourself to be gaslit or dismissed by the other person about your reality. You're letting out the truth of your experience of things. You're being respectful, calm, you're staying in your prefrontal cortex, you're breathing. If you feel like contracting, you're reminding yourself to stay open. And then on the other hand, you're letting your partner in. You're receiving their influence. You're receiving their words. You're listening to understand where they're coming from. You're holding space for them inside of their experience, knowing that they may not get it perfect in terms of communication. This is all about practice and not perfection. And when you can communicate in this way, you can get to the other side of the conversation together. You may not agree with each other's realities or experiences, but you can listen to one another and you can give feedback to one another in a calm way so that when you get to the other side of the conversation, you feel more connected. And this is where true intimacy begins, where we can share our realities with one another in a safe way, knowing that by the end of the conversation, even if it's a hard conversation, we still love each other. We're still here for each other. We're still connected and we're still open to one another. That is where true intimacy is created and built from.